5 second. Start. Madam, I beg to move that the bill further to amend the Northeastern Areas Reorganization Act 1971 be taken into consideration. Madam, this is a simple piece of legislation which seeks to replace the Northeastern Areas Reorganization Amendment Ordinance 1975, which was promulgated by the President under Article 240 of the Constitution on the 20th January 1975. As a result of reorganization of the composite state of Assam under the Principal Act of 1971 as from the 21st January 1972, the Assam State Electricity Board and the Assam State Warehousing Corporation existing at the time in the composite state became interstate bodies corporate. A provision was made in Section 53 of the Northeastern Areas Reorganization Act 1971 for the continued functioning of these two bodies in all the territories of the composite state. The present state of Assam, the state of Meghalaya, and the Union Territory of Mizoram, it was also provided in subsection of the same section that these bodies shall cease to function and stand dissolved on the expiry of the period of 2 years from the date of reorganization or such earlier date as the central government may by order decide. Insofar as the Assam State Warehousing Corporation is concerned, the Ministry of Agriculture and Irrigation, Department of Food, who are concerned with warehousing, have issued an order under subsection of Section 53 dissolving the Interstate Warehousing Corporation as from the 21st January 1975 after the new intrastate warehousing corporation set up by the state of Assam and Meghalaya took over the undertaking's assets, rights and liabilities of the interstate warehousing corporation relating to the warehousing centers functioning within the territories of the two states. It may be mentioned that there is no warehousing center in the Union Territory of Mizoram. In regard to the Assam State Electricity Board, however, the Ministry of Energy, Department of Power, who are concerned with electricity boards, were holding discussions with the representatives of the governments of Assam and Meghalaya with a view to persuading the two states to evolve mutually acceptable arrangements for the future functioning of the electricity board. An agreement was reached and signed by the ministers of the two states in the afternoon of the 19th January 1975. However, as all the details necessary for incorporation in the statutory order to be issued by the central government for the taking over of the undertakings, assets, rights, and liabilities of the Interstate Electricity Board by the new intrastate electricity boards set up by the two states were not immediately available, and it was also necessary to consult Mizoram, which was a necessary party. It was found necessary to extend the life of the Interstate Electricity Board by another 2 months beyond the 20th January 1975, on which date it was otherwise due to stand dissolved. Accordingly, the President was pleased to promulgate on the 20th January 1975 the Northeastern Areas Reorganization Amendment Ordinance 1975, which the present bill seeks to replace. Madam Vice Chairman, I must say that we should take recourse to ordinance to the minimum extent possible. When the situation can be well foreseen, we can make a provision during the continuance of the session itself, and this extraordinary method of promulgating ordinances should not be taken recourse to. I admit that the provisions of this bill are simple. In this connection, I want to make some submissions. Before this reorganization took effect, there were the Assam State Electricity Board and these corporations. After the reorganization, the assets and liabilities should be distributed between the interstate bodies. In this connection, I want to point out one thing to the minister so far as this region is concerned, namely that there should be a coordinated policy, a coordinated power policy. Unless and until there is a coordinated power policy, there is no scope of development of this underdeveloped area. This underdeveloped area is rich in its natural resources. Exploration of power is the most essential and vital thing for the exploitation of the rich resources found within this region. So, unless and until there is a coordinated power policy so far as this region is concerned, there is no hope of any development of this underdeveloped area. So far as my state Tripura is concerned, we are to take power from Assam or rather from Meghalaya, because in our state the one hydel project that was commenced several years ago has not yet seen the light of the day. Expenditure to the extent of 3 times the actual amount has been spent in this connection, but till now it has not been completed.